Wednesday, February 3rd. Any changes or additions to the agenda? Approval of minutes, January 6th. I think we were all here, right? That seems like so long ago.
I'll motion to approve the minutes.
Awesome.
I'll second.
Second, thanks. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Well, since it's just three, I don't need to go through. Public participation and announcements. Do we have public?
Yeah.
Hi, public. And we have a few online too, right?
We have a couple online, yes.
Excellent, well done. Announcement wise? The Nordic skiing program? Yeah, happening. You want me to talk about it?
You can talk about it, I'm
I
gonna
was gonna
highlight
say
it,
it's
but please
amazing.
do.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure I won't do it
Toot
justice.
your horn.
Well, yeah, last week, for the second year, Hartland Winter Trails worked with the elementary school to bring Nordic skiing to PE classes. I would definitely say it's a work in progress. Like, we don't have an actual PE teacher, like it's, or maybe that might be on the agenda.
Yeah.
Okay, it's on deck. But from folks I've talked to, it sounds like it went pretty well. Obviously, we had the snow day on Monday and then the frigid day on Friday. But I think every class got it at least once.
Yes. K-5.
And then at K to 5, yeah, because the skis don't work too well for the bigger kids. I hope they had a good time. And when I was driving by the trailhead on Sunday, I saw what looked like a younger elementary kid with their parents using the loaner skis. So I told myself it was a Heartland kid that,
Yeah, for sure it was.
that got exposed to it
Yeah.
last week and then was out in the trails.
And it was like perfect time with all the snow.
We really lucked out with having enough snow. It was really just that very first class on Tuesday that had to pack down the snow,
Yeah.
and then it was
It was
packed
fun.
down for everyone else. But like huge thank you to all the community volunteers
Yes.
that came in. I think the hardest part personally is like getting the kids in the skis
In the
because you
gear.
have to adjust the
Yeah.
bindings every single time. Yeah. So thank you for welcoming the program.
Yeah, no, thank you. I can add, we just came from a PTO meeting where a lot of the members had kids within the elementary and said their kids came home and loved it.
Awesome.
Loved it.
I will ask you
Those
to
are
put
the
something in
words.
the newsletter about the loaner shed. I'll send you an email.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
That's with the Heartland Winter Trails, that loaner shed?
Yeah,
Is
the
there
loaner,
different-
I can say it right, yeah, the loaner shed's at 17 Mall Farm Lane, and the same skis the kids got to
Oh,
use
cool.
in PE class, so they would be familiar with them, are at the shed. So you can take them for up to a week at a time. Yeah, we just hope we'll get out there.
Yeah, we're just at announcements and complaints. Sorry to be late. It's okay. Any announcements?
No.
Put you on the spot.
No, I have none.
Then onward to admin report.
Okay. So the report tonight is the annual budget information meeting presentation, so we can go over it, make sure fair, and so it's kind of practice tonight, run through. And it's coming.
You printed it. I just printed it. I was like,
The budget book. Nice. I know it looks great. It's a long. All right, so, I'm gonna start, I was gonna say, is that Larry?
That's Larry.
Larry.
How long do I have to
I know.
stall?
Slow and steady. Well, I have a question. Do we have a moderator?
oh, I don't think Rob can do it.
Okay.
Should we ask Bettina Reed? Is that what you suggested? Or the other person I thought was Pat Richardson?
Yeah, I was gonna say Pat.
We've had
Pat
both
seems
of
like,
them.
okay.
Those names.
Pat, yeah.
Richardson or Gordon.
But Pat is the
just wanna
one
be
who
the
like,
moderator.
she seems
I
to
can't.
correct Matt.
He's at.
when-
Okay, I'll reach out to both
He's
of
in
them.
Nebraska.
We do have to,
What would you rather be doing?
we do have to have the town clerk
Like nominated.
nominate him and then step down and,
Okay.
I've been in touch with John and he'll be there, so we're set on that. We just
And there's
need
a
to-
select board meeting that night, but it's okay.
They said, yes. Work
We
through
got
that.
priority.
Work through that.
Okay.
Nice.
Yes.
And is there anything you need me to do with moderators and people?
Do you know either one of them?
I know Bettina.
You want to reach
drama
out?
stuff. Yeah.
Ask her, see if she doesn't.
Bettina, if you're out there,
She'd be
you're
great.
listening to this. I'm coming for you.
Yeah, so I think we're all set otherwise. Jam will be there. I've got the tech set up, the tech ready to be set up, and space will be set up, so we're good. Good to go. All right, so we're gonna just run through this tonight. Obviously, whoever the moderator is will go through the first slides. Welcome everyone to the meeting, and go through the articles.
Yep.
And these come right off the warning. And the moderator will read these out loud. So there's 1, 2, 3.
Yes, that's the same as every year.
That's the same as every year. There's your capital reserve article. And then
To add.
To add that
And
for
your
the
budget
surplus.
article. Yep. And these have been,
And that's something the moderator reads, not me.
the moderator typically reads them.
Perfect.
Is that, and none of these articles will describe the application of that, 200.
He's
Yes.
home bond.
No, that should be,
That should be in the budget, not in an article.
We
This
can
is just
speak to it, we can speak to it at Article
Okay.
4. We probably should speak to it at Article 4.
That we took, how much, and we took toward to pay down the.
200,
tax.
right?
200 to pay down the tax and put the rest in reserve.
Yes.
It's 200.
You can join us.
My family.
Dinner.
Okay.
I left Ruby to stay with me.
Otherwise, they're pretty straightforward. So then we will start the, after the articles start to discuss the budget and how it aligns with our strategic plan. So I will open and just talk about a little bit about the strategic plan and how we got there, and then Frank takes over and connects the plan to our budget and our goals and what's going on at the school. So my little blurb at this point is nearly 6 years ago, a diverse group of stakeholders came together to create our strategic plan, which serves as our North Star in guiding student success. As part of this work, we identified 5 core competencies, and those are empathy, perseverance, integrity, communication, and critical thinking. And those are the skills that we expect all our students to master before they graduate. Our strategic plan is built around 3 key goals. One is student success and engagement, one is information and communications, and one is culture and student wellness. And for the past 6 years since the inception of the strategic plan, the decisions that we've made at our schools have revolved around these goals. Culture and student wellness are the heart of our work. We know that for our students to thrive, they need to feel safe, healthy, and seen. To meet this goal, we are investing in the people who support our students the most. And I list off teachers and counselors and administrators and SEIs and support staff and interventionists. And that is to ensure that our schools are trauma responsive and inclusive of every child's unique story. And we've been working hard to build schools where every student feels a sense of belonging. We're also reimagining what student success looks like by giving our students some voice, choice, agency, and leadership in their own education. Students are setting their own goals and leading some of their own learning. And with our high-quality ELA and math programs and our electives, we are ensuring that school is both challenging and exciting. And around information and communication, we really strive to keep our parents, our caretakers, and our community members connected to our journey. We keep our website updated and send regular newsletters. We want the connection between our schools and our families to continue to grow and evolve. And our budget goals that you're about to hear about are in line with our strategic plan and our vision. Then I turn it over to Frank. Oh, there's that Nordic ski
There's
program.
Nordic Skate first. So just a couple of things that I want to highlight, and the list is long. Bring it together in one of the last slides that I'll be talking. But to talk about student success and engagement, our return to Brain Fit. So our Brain Fit was something that we've had. It's kind of been on hold. I'm hoping with the addition of a new PE teacher who would like to take that on during one of our electives, which I'll talk a little bit more in a second. There's a return to Brain Fit for our students. I know that was something that was very popular. We have a leadership elective. Mr. Schaefer has been taking that on. That's new this year. And what that is, I'll just use one highlight, is a buddy classroom. But it really is about our students giving back to our community within this building and going into different classrooms. They help maintenance. They help the cafeteria folks. They help different teachers during reading time, during academic time, during some of the social emotional time out on the playground during PE, wherever there is a need, wherever they can make a difference with our kiddos. And I can tell you that in this room, especially because I'll come in, and I think I have a picture there, some of the older kids are reading to the younger kids, or sitting through in these little nooks and crannies, or sitting in classrooms with them. And the look on kids' faces, how they light up when they see sort of that big brother, big sister come through the door. It's really powerful. Our winter activities that we have, we go to the hill, as everybody knows. We have bowling, we have swimming, rock climbing. Yep. So there's a number. I tried to do a cooking one, but that didn't go off the ground yet. But I want to, and so that's something I'll work on. But those winter activities, just another highlight for students. Kinders in the woods. We have our kindergartens that go. Obviously, during winter activities, they're not doing that because we have a place for them. Our volunteers in this building that come in for the Reading Olympics and just all of the reading that we have that Team CM has been working on. It's been fantastic. The Geo and Science Fair. The Science Fair was new this year. It's the first time that we did it, and I think the turnout was fantastic. Love to build on that. And that's just something new, and I thank Mr. Martin for taking that on. And I definitely think that's going to grow. One of the things that we did was 8th grade students had to partner with elementary students. So they had to have these lab partners, if you will, to bring them along with their science fair, something we'll build on. We will have Winter Carnival on Friday, and I'm excited about this because it coincides with the Olympics. So we're going to have a little fake torch run, if you will, on our street. That's going to go down to a little bonfire that we're actually going to have Mr. Samuel light as symbolizing the lighting of the Olympics, with different classrooms being different countries. We have a number of activities from cardboard sledding. Yeah, they're really excited. So just another sort of, right, not in between the books, but an experience for kiddos and our older kids working with the Olympics. So that'll do with that. Thank you. Information and communication, as Christine pointed out, I send out weekly newsletters, and I can tell you that when I see folks in the morning, when you see me, it's a little cold, people aren't talking, but when the windows are down, I do get a lot of feedback of, hey, I appreciate you sending out that, or I appreciate that you blasted out something of an event that happened at school or something along those lines. So I'm proud of the weekly newsletters because I try to incorporate all the great things that we're doing and keep that line of communication open. A lot of times I get phone calls and emails that'll say, hey, I saw this in the newsletter, got a quick question, but at least I know that they saw the newsletter, and that's really important to me in highlighting things that we're doing. I put weekly data dives in here. This is something that I'm stressing within this building when we talk about information. And weekly, Michael, myself, and our team, we look at discipline each week. We look at attendance each week, tardies. I'll run a report that coincides with something we're doing within the supervisory union about discipline and discipline data dives with our teams. That then goes also through our MTSS and our SEIs to kind of take a look globally, but then kind of narrow it down as best we can, whether it be by grade or by 6 to 8 and K to 5. So that happens on a weekly basis, and Michael and I are continuously in communication about that data. Our SEL programming, and that's again about information, getting our counselors out into classrooms and working on the social emotional aspect, which is kind of all of this, I think, kind of put together. And things like lunch with a loved one that we have, and I'm looking forward to the next one that we have coming up. I'm experiencing a lot of firsts here, and it has just been great, the overwhelming support and participation that I see from this community. It's fantastic. Part of the street plan of culture and student wellness. This is a number that came across in a meeting I had last week, and I hadn't looked at the number, but we're at a 95% attendance rate, and it's incredible. And I look back historically, and it hasn't always been that way. And it's a number of things, and there's never one. But I do think some of the things that I've mentioned when we have these activities, when we have the leadership groups, when we have the older kids working with the younger kids, and giving them purpose and reason to be here, and importance, right? I think that's kind of what adds into that number. Some other things we do, as you know, student assembly recognition, Caught You Being Good cards, the Leader in Me, which is the buddy teacher, and festivals that we've had that really have been driven by some of the 6 to 8 kiddos. And then again, our SEL programming with our counseling, I think, is very important in reaching out to our students. I get my eyes would not let me see that far. So I will read from here. I just kind of go through some of the accomplishments that some I've mentioned, some that I didn't get a chance to, but our annual school play is another success. Our winter concerts that we have, our athletes on and off the field, I think is important to be recognized as well. Return of a student representative to the school board. I can tell you this is the first school board that I've had a consistent student representative, and I think it's great. Emily and I actually talked quite a bit. Today we had a conversation about whether she should be here or not, but she reached out to kind of say, hey, do you think it's something I should be at? And that kind of started the conversation with, well, what do you think about? So I just am happy to have her, and she's excited to be, so I think just another example of what our students are capable of. 5 students that are participating in algebra courses at Windsor High School. I just think it's worth highlighting. I know that's always a conversation of algebra and where it's being taught and how many students, but
It all should be in relation to how many students there are.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Absolutely.
That's
Small.
33%.
That's 30, yes,
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
33%.
That's huge.
that is, and I think that's worth mentioning as well.
Yeah.
And then our Lighthouse Leader in Me, student leadership events, again, all the things that we have going on. Talk a little bit just about our middle school students and where they go and where they've headed. I know a number of them have attended already and shadowed at different schools, and they're starting to make their choices. Just wanted to highlight some of those things. Worth mentioning the fundraising that goes on in this building, especially during budget. And they're raising around almost $7,000 for the 8th grade students, all the work that they've done.
Where are they going?
I know,
That's
that's
like,
like,
I know, like, where are they going? That's a good chunk of change.
I mean, they usually go to Lake George,
She gives them,
but they usually have, like, many years they've gone.
Yeah, we're going
Maybe
through
with
some
that chunk of
selection
change,
awards.
they can go.
they're the one to coach us.
Yeah, maybe they go on the coach bus. Yep. Another thing that we have is just our 7th and 8th graders, the community work that they do, offered whether through the leadership group or within our own community. It's worth highlighting as well. And I talk about every month that we honor students, that we recognize Caught You Being Good cards again. And then the last part is, I'm just excited, I can't wait to forget here, is the book vending machine, which I believe is in transit. So it should be here soon again, just to promote and support the great work that we're doing.
Can we add something? This is great. I love it.
Yeah,
Can we add
please.
something about the grant that we got to cover ski runners this year? Because just for historical context, that's been a little bit of
We put
a.
it into the budget. And
It
then took
used to be in
out
the
of
budget,
and we
And then
took
it
it
got
from the
grant
budget.
funded through the rec. It was really
Right.
the rec's.
But I think just for
Lift,
people
not
to
our
know
lift,
that
right?
we are really working hard to find other sources of
Absolutely.
revenue for those kinds of activities.
And I
was
would say-
thinking something very similar.
Yeah, and I would say, make sure we recognize the rec though, that,
Yep.
it's
Yep.
not like we raise the funds for it.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I will.
But community members, like along with, just to.
Because that
Yeah,
like
I probably, you know what I'll
10,000
do is another slide and
that was like
just kind of.
10,000.
I think 20.
45.
Oh, 35, yeah.
45.
45.
Yeah.
Because every kid gets a season's pass.
Right.
Yep. Okay,
I think it's 45.
I'm gonna dedicate
And
a
I think
page
she's
to
working next
community.
year to try to cover for
Just have another
chaperones
page
and
to
kindergartners,
community and look-
or
look
anybody
at
that agrees to
Um,
like chaperone that
I
day.
think, talking about the fruits and the vegetables.
I was gonna say the
that's-
grant, the freshman
Yeah,
veggie grant.
because like that one that's a great,
I would
thing
love
to
a
do.
number of just like what, I don't even know if he, if
Ian.
Ian.
So it was like a,
It's like a $70,000 grant.
yeah, like how much, it's like, what does that equate in like food? going out, like fruits and vegetables kids are actually eating, which is kind of crazy.
I'll
yeah,
talk to him
every
about
day,
what he puts out and what that looks like.
There's green beans in there, and I really wanted.
Yeah, I was gonna say what the
Green
gross
locked,
tonnage is
yeah.
of what's
What's the pounds
consumed
of
or
meat and
something.
veggies that kids are just like.
Also important to
eating?
point out that we are protecting it from being stolen by
By
rogue adults visiting the school.
I
right?
know, I just like, can I have
Have
some
you-
green beans, please? No, it's closed.
It's locked.
Locked.
It's locked.
It's locked, they locked up the green
Well,
beans.
and my guess is.
Who locks up the green beans? I mean, I guess.
So the that's you got that on your list.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, I have two. I'm gonna do, actually I'll do 2 more slides, if that's okay, and maybe I'll cut some things that I duplicate there.
Yeah.
So that I narrow it down, but I think something dedicated to our community and all the things that we
And I
talk
would say
about.
something, I mean, we can also like a
PTO.
huge shout out to the PTO.
Yep, yep.
And all the work that they've done.
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't know how much to put in and how much not to put in, so this is helpful for me. 'cause-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels great. I mean, I think for people to know sort of the good things happening here, but again, just to reiterate the efforts that are being made to
Wait, outside. of-
find resources outside of.
Thank you. If you think of
$5.
anything else, please let me know. Very helpful.
If there's any, like, and here's the thing that gets brought up frequently is like academic data about like scores and things that have like improved, like you'll have people, community members who will be like,
Yeah.
can you give us the improvement from last year? to
All
this
these
year?"
programs are feel good.
Yeah.
What are we really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like we're
I
gonna
know we're
teach
still waiting
students, so.
for the rest
That's
of
the
our
problem,
data.
is that
Yeah.
this is, it seems like every year we don't actually have the data.
It's smacked right in the middle of
Yeah.
when we are.
Yeah.
And
Well,
so
it's
it's
like
like
we
starting
have
yesterday.
fall data, and we'll have to
So
start.
we'll take a look. It's
Yeah,
star
I'll
data I
put it
need
on
for
our
the
list,
rest
yeah.
for next week for the middle.
Right. So
Yeah, but that's.
And there's also, do you compare it to state, do you compare it
It's
to
only
national?
So we can look at last year's data
Compared to prior?
for a year.
And maybe it's coming up later in the slides, but like while we're talking about highlighting the alternative resources we're finding, is it also worth like showing folks, like, unfortunately, like we've cut X number of positions over,
Yeah,
it's coming
that's
up,
coming
okay.
Yes.
So I feel like, yeah, everything just keeps getting cut.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're still able to do these.
Yeah.
And hopefully this slide is, do we include this health insurance?
Yeah, I think that's in there. All right, so then.
Thank you.
Excuse me. Move on to the budget portion of the presentation. And Frank, I think these are yours. You're gonna open this one. We'll talk about the fiscal year and the budget goals before. And then the cuts come up and then we turn it over to Larry.
Do you want me to do anything?
Or Beth gives you some.
I don't care.
Another question is about the
I'm happy to sit
intro.
there
Are we
quietly.
going
Just
to
be
say
just be
anything
pretty.
about
You
our
want
segment?
Oh, you are pretty.
Do you want these two that come in right
I
as
can.
fiscal to start, the budget goals,
I think yes.
previous
but
cuts?
Very,
No.
just even, my question to Christine was whether or not we want to sort of acknowledge Act 73. I think it is impossible to present our work to generate a budget outside the context of this very, very unusual time in Vermont educational policy and funding, which is that we're all in a little bit of limbo, right? So there's sort of a lot of unanswered questions about what, especially for a town like Hartland, where we know there's going to be a lot of changes in high school, and we know that our tuition drives a huge amount of our costs. Like, how much do we remove from our K-8 education to fund a tuition system that is going to be completely different in 3 or 4 years?
So part of me says like we just need to get through what we have, like what our budget is, and then is there something around what did we struggle with building this budget? And X is really
Yeah.
big.
I mean, it really could just even be like one comment on like,
Yeah.
this is in the room with all of us, is this law that
Yeah.
has been
we still know
passed,
nothing about
the
it.
details of which are not known to any of us.
Yeah.
And so we can't tell you anything about it, but we want to just like name for everybody, as you look at this, understand that while we were crafting this, it is.
Beth, do you want to take a part?
We just went over a couple of slides, and I don't know if
Yeah.
that's something you want to do. I was just sharing.
Larry, did I take your seat?
He's just gonna look over your shoulder menacingly.
Well, I mean, I did kind of take your seat. I
If he
usually
wants to,
sit
he
there.
wants to do the budget goals.
That's
Yeah,
what
that's
she
understood
does,
yeah.
sometimes.
Do you want to go over the cuts from the past couple of years?
Sure. Yeah, because I think we've been part of it, yeah.
So I'll put you on there. We'll share
Not through all of it, baby, sorry.
We'll share. We will
I
share
don't know
that
what
with
special-
you.
I have no idea. Tomorrow's 15. Yeah, I
You've been
started
here
when she
for a
was
long
5.
time. Yeah, you've been here. Okay, so Beth will do that.
Can you send this to me?
Yeah. Sure can.
This is the situation we're talking
P.S. When I drove by today, Theo was outside.
in a t-shirt.
No, but he was like shoveling, but he was shoveling the sidewalk. And like, I just wish I could take pictures of his face as he was doing. He was like,
Oh.
and like, he was just like throwing snow everywhere. I was like, I don't know what you're
Like
shoveling.
undoing the work of the town.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Do those goals apply to you?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's the goals.
Yeah, so we'll build and then previous cuts.
Oh, the playground.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, we're going back.
Yeah.
While naming that,
26.
I mean, because it was cut.
So, yeah, I would
Do you
say go
want to
back for a
mention
second.
that
So
was
then- so
funded
we
through a grant?
Yeah, can we say playground
It
and
was
then
cut,
like
but then
beside it cut.
If somebody says,
but then
we've got to do
funded
an
through a
outside.
grant.
Yep.
Yeah,
Grant funded.
yeah, that's like another
I'll
2
put it-
full-time educators.
It's not grant funded.
2 full-time educators that were not grant funded. Well, the 2 full-time educators were the ones, this is the kind of from the, what do you call it? Funds
ESSER-
from
ESSER
ESSER
funds.
funds. Yep, COVID, yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
And then
something like
furniture
totally
lockers.
semantics, but when you say something about the PE teacher, he's a new PE teacher, but I'm worried people listening to that might think we're adding a position.
So make sure
But it's just
it's
like-
billing.
It's not
No
an
way.
additional.
Billing.
Not a teacher, it's
All right.
the only PE teacher.
Yeah.
I just understood that, I was like, wait, we didn't add that.
Singular PE.
Yeah, just so
that we have
people
not
know that
had.
like we have a
Yes.
substitute.
So, last year's cuts.
So this is FY, they were made in 25/4/26, so I'm gonna change that, because I think that,
Which one, these cuts?
well, yeah, because these are
We're to the
23,
FY
24, these are
26
24,
budget.
25, yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah,
gonna
and we,
change
so
that.
2 more full-time educators that year.
They currently staff.
So
PE
basically
teacher,
5
currently
full-time
staff-
educators in the last 3 years we've cut.
Yes, yes. But you can't
Thank
see
you,
them
state of Vermont. Thanks for keeping us.
Okay.
Well, it's.
Yep, and
They were
Becky will
cutting
go
a
over
half.
those. We'll share this with you.
Yep,
Okay.
yep, I can go to those.
Okay. And then
Link to
Larry
budget.
comes on with the budget information, so
So
Larry.
there's a link to the budget book. You can scan the QR code. It's been on the website since October. It is now February, so it's all
Okay,
available
Larry, you
to
don't need to
see.
point that out to everyone because no one has looked at it probably, but don't you
That's
don't
the
feel
CFO.
bad about
That's
that.
the
Lots of
I was
commentary.
told to speak slower, so I'm speaking slower.
Good job, you're doing a great job, Larry. Keep it up.
Last night, I was speaking too fast.
Yeah.
So, so all the detail is in that budget book. Here are some high overview parts of the budget. First is, the budget drivers. Everybody talked about health insurance. And you can see this shows the trend line since fiscal year 19. Fiscal year 19 and prior, health insurance was negotiated at a local level. So the same way we negotiate our contracts with our association. So right now, we have a contract for teachers and support staff. The teachers end 27 and the support staff is 28. And Woodstock would negotiate with their teachers their health insurance, and Windsor Southeast would negotiate with their teachers' health insurance, and Burlington would negotiate with their teachers' health insurance. In fiscal year 19, that was taken away. And in fiscal year 20, it moved to the state under Act 11. And you can see the orange line shows the family plan of a gold CDHP plan, which is the vast majority of our employees. I would say 80% use gold CDHP. So in fiscal year 19, a family plan was $19,150, and it's but we're estimating for VHI over $43,000 in fiscal year 27. So it has more than doubled since fiscal year 19, and an individual plan has gone from $6,913 to over $15,000. Again, more than doubling. Next. Other budget drivers include the contracted salary increases I was talking about, which are less than health insurance has been going up, but it is up 5.5%. The benefits, which I just kind of talked about. And that includes all benefits. That's not just health insurance, that's everything, and as a total. So as there are reductions, that would take away some of the 4.9, right? So if there were no reductions, that 4.9 would be like 7. Special education increase is passed at the SU level. The SU assessment for special ed for Hartland is up 30%. The SU budget's up 16%. 14.6% of that 16% is special education. 1.4% of that is non-special education spending, which includes the business office, the superintendent, IT, the curriculum office, HR, and so on, and diversity, equity, inclusion. So you can see the blue is what we are planning for next year. And those are the primary budget drivers as opposed to health insurance. Those are the other primary drivers.
And sorry, Larry, this is at the SU level or this is the local level?
This is your local
Okay,
share of
okay.
the SU level.
Local share of the SU, okay.
So is that just the SU budget?
The SU budget's up 16%,
So we're up 700,000 on SU.
482,000.
Isn't that just the special ed?
That's correct.
Got it, okay,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
So with these three, it's
These three,
700,000.
it's 700,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, but only this is the SU.
Only special ed is the
Yes,
SU.
these are
Got it, the
local.
other two are
Okay,
local,
so-
okay,
so-
so local, and then local share of SU. Yeah.
So I guess
Special ed.
I could change,
Okay,
I could put SU before special
that's fine, I just.
ed. Next,
So this is enrollment, which we need to fill in for this year.
should that come before?
Yeah, I'm wondering where that should go.
I put that under,
Do you have
before, I
high
put that
school
before
enrollment?
budget goals, maybe.
Yeah, we move it.
Yeah, put it-
place there. Right before budget goals.
I would think the enrollments
Yeah.
for the budget,
Or right after the goals and then.
or
this
right
is our
after the goals,
enrollment,
one or the
yeah.
other.
Yeah, okay. Yep. Okay, Larry, here you go. Remove this, so.
This shows how much of your budget dollar is broken out the different parts of your budget. So some people have found it effective to look at the dollar, and a little less than 42% is your local budget. 28% of your budget, the pink, is high school tuition because you don't operate a high school at Hartland. And SU special education is 17%. SU administration operations is less than 10%. Early childhood less than 2%. And food service is a little over 1% of your total budget dollar. This shows the last 5 fiscal years and projecting out. So the last 4 fiscal years and what we're estimating for next year, using the latest joint fiscal office information, the percentage increase or decrease of the homestead tax rate, that line being 0%, meaning if it was flat. Obviously, it has not been flat. It was slightly down in FY23, and it rose in 24. There was a big spike in 25, and then it was a lower spike, and we're about 5% for estimating for FY27, slightly down from 26 to 27.
How are we equivalent to 24?
Oh, down a little bit.
Down a little bit.
Slightly down from 24.
And so this does not correlate to the actual tax increase though, right? This is just the.
This is a homestead rate percentage increase or decrease over time
Before the CLA?
after the CLA,
After the CLA.
because you're a district, you're a single district.
And so 25, the fiscal year 25, a huge portion of that was related to that CLA. That's why it went up so much. The tax rate went up so much that year.
Taxes are 27.
Yes, I mean,
It was.
CLA,
driven
if
up by the CLA.
that was the first year of the LTW ADM
And so,
also.
and it was the, financial stuff, like we had ESSER positions.
Got it,
Yeah, that
okay,
was like the.
okay.
It's also kind of, if you look at Vermont as a state.
Everybody's
grass look like
Got it, okay.
They all look Green Mountain looking.
Okay. But are there people that will look at this and think this means that the taxes
Taxes are
are
going
not
down?
going up? Yeah. No, because they'll see that the budget is up. And so
Yeah, I mean, if they
it's
read
just
it,
the budget. Got it, okay.
if this is 0% decrease and increase, it shows the percentage increase or decrease over time. So, for example, in
So
23,
it's still a percent increase, because
Yes,
it's
it
above
is.
the line, no matter what.
because you're above the zero.
Less-
And to show you what that means to a
It's like
homeowner,
really confusing.
what maybe this chart will be less confusing. What it means to an actual homeowner is if you have a $100,000 house, your taxes would go up annually $128, roughly $10 a month. If you had a $400,000 house, it would be $500. So that's how the
It's not better than the like,
Annual.
annual.
million
Annually.
thousand that it went up last year.
Okay, so this slide is confusing now.
It is a little bit confusing to me, but if I'm alone, then ignore it. I just think it implies, I think it's just important to say that this is a percentage
Percentage decrease, increase.
in relationship to
It's a percentage increase in.
of growth. It's a percentage of growth,
Yeah.
right?
Or
it's like-
decrease.
Or,
In 23, it was a decrease.
okay, fine, so, but it's a relationship to growth, right?
Yes.
Can I suggest a different model?
Maybe do bars.
I was gonna say, I think bars might be your better bet, because like, at looking at this, when you see the lines, you're like, oh, taxes went up and taxes are going down. And I think that if you have bars,
Then you could label each bar like what percent it is, and say,
Above.
10% increase, like you could actually put that in there. So
yeah,
it's no matter what, it's
Yeah.
an increase.
just
And
like
then you
bars
could-
instead of
Like 2003, you could label it.
We just need a new
this
model.
amount Decrease.
That's what we talk about my students with.
But I still think, I mean, because like on this, it appears that fiscal year 27 is a lower tax percentage rate.
The tax rate, because tax rates in Vermont are not necessarily in line with budgets, right?
Uh-huh.
They're different, and because of many factors like the CLA and the yield. It shows that 27 taxes will increase less than 26, 25, and 24. Is that a better way of saying it?
Yes, but they still are increasing above 26. Like that makes it appear like fiscal year 27 is lower than fiscal year 26. It's not lower than 26. It's
Your tax number.
more than 26 than 26 was to 25.
Yeah.
Your tax increase will be
Your
less
percentage
than
increase
last
is
year.
less than last
But
year.
it's still an
It's
increase.
still an increase.
It's still an
Right.
increase because it's over 0%. Yeah.
So I think that, yeah.
I can do the chart with,
But I think just making sure we use it like
this is already, right?
the percentage.
But for the
one, not
presentation.
this one. This one's not different. Oh.
No.
This is beautiful, by the way. I love this.
Yeah.
I love it.
This chart is what we're talking about right now.
I know.
And
But for the presentation, if it's easier to do bars, I'll do bars.
but just so you know, this is in the budget book that's gone to print.
That's cool. I mean,
Like the one for the.
As long as we
We're
feel
not doing
comfortable
like
that we can
giant
explain it to
budget book. You
people,
mean
that
book
like,
that's going
when
to-
you look at fiscal year 27 and you see something around 5%, what that tells you is there is a 5% increase in the tax rate
Yes.
above what
what it is now.
the zero line, which was set by 26, and right, because the zero line is what it, if the tax rate was equal to 26, that would be the zero line.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. If it's easier to show it with bars, I can do that. I think it'll look very similar.
Yeah.
It'll say 5.9% here and 5.2% here.
It's just that I think what's important for people to know is that the 0% does not represent a static absolute
If taxes
value.
never increased, everything would be this line.
But if they increase 1 year and then increase again, you're not gonna see that as a duplicate.
What we did for Weathersfield, for example, was they have a very similar, it looks very similar,
Yeah,
except for 27.
it's going up.
Yeah, and it's an average increase, but look how much they are below the zero line in 23, 24. So the average increase was 2.8% over time,
Uh-huh.
and 3.9% for Mouse Country. So I can for the presentation, if it's easier to do bars, I can do that. I don't think we should show both.
No,
At the
I don't
presentation.
know that bars is necessary. I just want to understand that that number which is represented by 0% changes every column of the graph, right? Every year, that 0% absolute value is based upon last year's. It's not stable.
That's correct.
Okay. So
This is showing the homestead tax rate increase or decrease as a percentage
in relation
over
to the
time.
okay.
over time.
Okay, sorry. I
So
don't mean to
23
fix
went
that.
down a little bit, 24 went up a little bit, 25 went up a lot, 26 went down a fair amount compared to 25, but still up, and 27 slightly down.
I can't wait for the days when it's below the 0. That's ever.
What do y'all think? You want bars or?
No, I think that's fine. I think it's fine. I think it's just, yeah,
But the explanation at the meeting
is important.
will be important.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just wanted to see people. They're gonna be like, oh, our taxes are
Mhm.
going down. And so,
Your
well,
taxes
no, no,
are
no,
not
no.
going
Yeah,
They're going down less.
they're
Going
going
down
up
less
less.
than
They're
they
going
went
up
up
less
last.
than they
They're
were.
up
They're going up less.
They're going up less than they were
They're
last
going
year.
Up less than they were last year.
Yeah.
Okay, and then,
And that shows what it means to a homeowner, which is
Yeah, this is
what I
how,
find,
this is.
what I find the
yes.
average person, what, you
This
know,
is always
that's what I look at, you know,
Yes.
they don't, because of the, influence between the homestead rate and the CLA.
Yeah.
This is what really matters.
I
What
think,
are your-
I personally find this one to be the most helpful.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
and you have a note there, it's like, that it doesn't reflect income sensitivity programs.
These
So-
do not reflect any income sensitivity, so if you make less than $119,000 in Vermont, you
Yeah,
get
that's what I was gonna
income
say.
sensitivity based on a very
Which is a huge
graduated
percent of our-
system. What?
It's a huge percent of our town.
Yes, a huge percent of town would get a income sensitivity on their property taxes on a graduated buy down, so it's really hard for me to show it person by person.
Would it be useful anywhere in the presentation or on cards or something to have some type of link for people to get that form? I know that came up at a meeting last year, people wanted to know the name of the form. So maybe we could try to find a way to have that accessible to people.
Okay. The income,
Sensitivity.
Yeah.
That's right. I remember that. Okay, and then I think that is the
voting day information.
voting day, which
Let's
is
vote.
3-3, 7 to 7.
Anyone can take this slide.
I can do it, sure. Everyone
Beth will
vote
do that
that
one. That's a good, yeah, Beth, that'd be good to say.
Is that it? That's it? I don't want to say and that's it.
Yeah,
That makes it sound better.
And scene.
And
And scene.
scene.
Yeah.
Then will the moderator open up the floor for questions?
Yep.
So, I'm sorry, did I just miss this? Are we gonna talk about what we're cutting? Did we include what we're cutting this year? And what we are adding?
I don't,
No.
Did I don't think I saw that
Technically,
slide.
no.
no.
I think we should, right?
We didn't add that.
No,
Good call.
all of what we
There
did,
was
we didn't
hardship
have
this
in.
year.
What?
just
There was hardship.
There was
so
hardship.
We should probably
There's
discuss
hardship.
it.
Yeah.
So let me put it,
Hardship.
I'll put it after the FY 20,
26.
I'll put FY 20. yeah.
7 cuts, yeah,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
can explain those.
And I can do
Yeah,
that. Beth.
yeah,
The-
yeah, because we cut,
FY 26.
SELA.
And we did add a half.
We did have.
Like, I don't even remember at this point.
0.5 half
Yeah.
intervention. No.
So FY 20.
Oh my God.
And if, when you say that, I think like acknowledging again what we have heard from taxpayers about the desire of the school to really focus on these outcomes.
Yeah.
In education, and sort of really wanting to like invest resources
And we're
in.
finding our testing.
Yeah, like we've done that with reading interventionists. Yep, yep, yep.
So Frank, I've added this slide.
Yep.
Yep. And I can, okay. Okay. And this will be back, okay.
No, in
Good.
the past, we have shown a lot more of like, this is how much we added. To, like, this is how much that, like, this is how the budget's gone up relative to last year in dollar amounts. We showed the breakdown of that increase to some degree, right? Because our budget has gone up.
It was 600,000,
5%.
5%.
So do we want to include anything about that or no? Do we want to say this is the budget and?
I mean, it says it on the back of this too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's for people spending 5.24%. 5.2%.
Okay.
5.2% is what the total budget
I
is.
think it would be important to have that.
And you know that it's going up 600,000.
580, yeah.
Sorry,
That's right.
So add a slide.
you're so good at numbers.
Percentage.
And then, but what we can say is like that, 700,000 of that right there is explained by
Yeah,
Again,
and that's just.
again, I know we
Can
probably
I
sound
go
like broken
with
record to people
the-
to say like, this is out of
Maybe
our
around the same
control,
one that
like,
has this, like,
even cutting teachers, the
even-
costs go up.
Because how
but
much is the
saying
total
it,
budget?
I know that
dollar
was in
amount?
there.
Wait,
How much is the dollar amount?
I started to say 600, but Larry pointed out it's actually
Yeah.
500,
So that one's in there.
88.
5.24%.
So
Your
we,
per pupil spending is up to 2%.
so we had mandatory, this is what you eat this,
Uh-huh.
and we're actually under that,
That's right,
so.
yeah.
The reason it's under that is because you have tuition savings.
And because we
Next
bought
year
down
it's
some of
not
our
gonna
budget,
Yeah,
with that 200,000.
But like
But
next
we need to
year,
emphasize that.
we also need to know that like next year, it's not gonna look like we're gonna be stuck again, depending on how this all floats out.
Because
We're gonna be stuck
tuition,
again.
because high school will not change next year, right?
It's only gonna go up.
2027, what year, yeah, but there's going to be a year at which the high
We
school
no longer
dynamics are
will
gonna,
have choice.
yeah, like we're losing choice.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Probably.
We don't know.
Potentially, maybe. I don't know.
Unlikely
Nobody
next year.
knows.
And
Unlikely
nobody
next year.
included tuition caps.
You may lose your
at Act
superintendent.
73.
No one
Yeah.
capped anything.
No one
That
capped
would have been
anything.
an
Okay.
easy,
Yep.
that would have been an easy thing for Act 73 to do, was to just be like,
There was a recommendation to cap spending,
no, I don't wanna cap
But not
spending.
costs,
High school
not
tuition.
tuition.
not tuition, just your overall budget.
No.
What is that,
But they
3%?
can set their budget however they want and then charge us whatever they want.
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
That's what.
That literally happened last year.
That's exactly what they did.
Yeah,
I mean,
so all of a sudden tuition's gonna be 30,000 a year.
Yeah, the whole thing in the newsletter.
Do we want that?
Yes.
In the newsletter, yes.
Okay.
Do you wanna change are we keeping this the same? We decided to keep
Let's just
this.
keep it.
We already
Let's keep
printed it.
So,
Ideally, this year, if people really wanna vote down the budget, they'll do it the first time. We don't have to do the budget 3 times.
I'll talk to,
Like, show up the first time. We've warned the
So I'm
meeting.
gonna send this in a separate,
email?
yep, and then I will include it,
Yeah.
then in
and
my
an
weekly
invite to
from now
the,
until
yep,
then.
and then an invite to the meeting, and everything from now and then.
Is it worth including that link for the income sensitivity? When it
Yeah.
gets
Ooh, I love
sent
that
out?
idea, yeah.
Alright, we'll sit down and
Okay.
we'll collaborate.
So,
Okay.
And also remind people that like, you know, it is, like, there's a Zoom link to go
As I
along
was just
with
gonna
this
say,
as well.
there is a digital link,
There,
and we
yeah.
can, in the last year, we're able to take calls
Yeah.
from
We
online,
did,
so
yeah,
we'll do
we
that
did.
again. Right, Grace?
Do you guys feel like you
Yeah.
need help with AV setup at Damon Hall?
Yeah.
Okay,
all right,
That's
we're
right.
covered, yeah.
We've got-
great.
So a link
Crackers,
to
yeah.
the income sensitivity and the Zoom link to the meeting.
Yeah.
And for the Zoom portion, is there any way to kind of protect ourselves from what happened a couple meetings ago?
With the drop in,
Yeah. No,
Oh,
seriously, like,
right.
can
I know.
someone be like
A host.
monitoring?
the host has to let you in.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to know. All they have to do is
Forgot
put
about
like
that.
I mean, I do
Lucy
have to let
Jackson
people
as their
in.
name and you're gonna
I
like
mean,
fill
I
it in,
typically,
right?
if you don't have an SU email, I have to let you in.
We
Otherwise-
can mandatory mute everyone who's not us, right?
Yeah,
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 The
no, that's
host
what
can
we did.
mandatory mute
No,
and
it
then,
was automatically, no one could unmute themselves
I did that. last time,
unless
Yeah,
you allowed it.
but the
Correct.
person that dropped in with the ridiculous whatever.
I don't
Were you
remember.
there for
They
that
did like,
meeting? You were not
they
at
did
that
like a
meeting.
Was
screen
it Chris's
sharing or
birthday?
something?
Yes,
SU.
yes, and it was some like kind of like lewd music
A lot of
and.
horse.
There was a horse involved.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah.
it was somebody like so
Profanity.
not even.
Oh, it was like,
Yeah.
who knows,
what
somebody
meeting
found,
was that? I can't remember.
I don't
My
know.
first one.
Was it?
I
It was-
I wasn't there
it was-
either. It was the one
You're
in,
like, this is how they
it was
normally
December
are.
2nd, I think. So I was there and I was watching
No,
it
no,
at
no,
work
the only one I
on the
missed.
loudspeaker and
Did
then it came on and I'm
Did it
like,
happen at
is
the
this a
SU
commercial or
meeting too?
something?
Did it happen at the SU too? I don't know.
So,
All right,
let's
anyway.
not have that happen.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Good
now
point.
we need
Slide.
to,
It shows the percent increase.
You want a slide before that slide,
This,
before that slide. So you want, right, enrollment can't be there.
no, it's not, it just has.
Yeah, all right, so you want,
Here, use this one.
Are you guys going to the each day?
so let's do it right there.
Yeah.
It's like
After the budget book.
Okay.
You'll do that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the meeting?
On Saturday.
February 17th. You have time. Okay.
That said it was on some computers at work. You obviously knew about it.
okay.
Okay. That's,
I'm
I'll share
with
this
you.
with you.
So that you have like the data
Yes,
on
I'm
there.
with- I mean,
you're still working.
I would love to.
Yeah,
Yeah, should we have the resources?
Correct.
Yeah,
That's
and I mean, I'll
what-
probably
I
type
just
a
think
few
you
things
should
in the
know
notes,
that.
like
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the notes at the bottom or something.
Yeah. You got it.
I think
also make sure you're an editor.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She's actually.
Is there any other,
And
I'll say if there's any other public out there in digital world too, or here, that has questions around the budget presentation right now, you will have plenty of on the 17th as well to join us if you do have questions as well.
Could I just ask a few questions?
Please.
How many students are in Hartland now?
That's what we're doing.
Yeah,
Look at the enrollment.
295. No, that was 40,
no,
45.
222, 223, I think.
Does that
That's
count
okay.
That's just elementary,
That's just elementary.
just
K through
elementary.
And that's not pre-K, so we gotta get those numbers.
Is that K through 8?
Yeah,
It's
that's
1
the
through, okay, through 8, okay.
And there's 120, 130, what was the high school? I think it was
128.
132.
So you said 222?
So we have
We gotta double
128 high
check the
school
number, I thought we
students
had.
that we also are paying for
128
in
high
tuition.
school.
Yeah.
So
128.
410?
I did ask.
And 222 pre-K.
128 high school,
That's what I'm just saying right here.
And
220, 222 or 223. And then,
Hold on, I'm seeing an error in
Yeah.
our handout.
So how does 595?
We're serving over.
No, sorry.
590
That includes high school.
350. I think I
Engaging
got.
students through leadership, tuitioning 128 high school students, operating a pre-K-12 school that serves
that's
200,
it should be pre-K, that's an error, I'll fix that.
pre-K-8 school
Yeah.
that serves 220?
222.
222, okay.
48 pre-K.
And 48. So overall, it's 595
No.
from pre-K.
No.
That's not-
No, 350.
I'm just reading the number on the top of the
Yeah, so
page.
the top number doesn't work with.
158.
I'll double check everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Around 100,
That's the-
550 total between pre-K
Windsor.
to high school.
That's probably Windsor.
I thought pre-K through
Yeah,
8
but I
was
fixed this
223.
Oh, maybe I printed the
That's
wrong
K.
one.
Maybe that's a
This
K3.
might be an old one that
I think this might
printed.
be an old one.
I thought it said 274
Let's look at the
in,
budget.
because I noticed it
It's in
went
the
from like
budget.
280
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
to 270 something, number of students.
There's-
I got
Didn't think that was a hard question.
Hard.
What's your second question?
It's 220.
223.
Who goes here?
Who is these kids?
Who are these kids? Who's
And
sending
then the
these kids?
pre-K kids that are included are kids that live in Hartland will go to Windsor for pre-K, correct?
And now the Four
Some
Corners
do.
Children's Center.
Not until September.
Okay, starting in September.
Did you have a
We
second
just
question? I'm
missed
sorry.
your
222 is the
Yeah, do you still have 2
398.
gym coaches or do you have
Gym
just one
teachers, we
now?
just have
Have
one.
one.
Just one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just one position.
Yeah, we cut that.
That was cut last year.
What about vice principals?
We have one
Vice
vice
principal
principal.
now, still?
Just
Yeah,
me.
whatever.
Yeah,
One principal, one.
one vice.
And I was just wondering too, because, I haven't been to a school board meeting in a long time. I haven't worked here in Hartland in 5 years. So I really don't know any of you kids, and, it'd been nice if you introduced yourself in the beginning, just so that we kind of have an idea who you were.
Should I relate the number? Would you like to
Yeah,
give
oh
it-
yeah, that would be great, yeah.
We'll go around the table.
Oh, sorry.
Michael,
I'm
start.
Michael Schaefer, I'm the assistant principal.
Okay, thanks.
I am Ryan Pesanowski and I'm on the board.
I'm Beth Van Swartz and I'm on the board and I have a pre-K and first grader.
Ryan, you want to tell about all your children?
Oh, yeah, I got
He's got
a,
he's got
I got a first grader,
We didn't mean to quiz you.
hold on, and a 4-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 1-year-old.
Wow.
Like I said. I'm Heather Veneta and I have a 6th grader and a 3rd grader.
Board member.
And I'm a board member.
And Beth Roy, I'm the board chair, and I have a freshman and a 7th grader.
She knows Samara.
You know Samara? Samara's my time.
Remember Samara? Oh, you must.
When did,
It's okay, you don't have to. She graduated last year.
just graduated
from,
last year.
yeah, but I haven't been here for 5 years.
Yeah, so she would have been a little one.
And I work
here,
with
though.
the-
Oh,
and I
yeah,
work
you were
with
the
the
old
older
school,
kids,
yeah.
so
I mean, she's bright, she would, but she was not
Yeah.
that.
I didn't know the little kids.
You'd love her.
Frank Romeo, I'm the principal.
I'm Hannah Ben-Simone. I am a Hartland School alum, also a parent of a 3rd grader, a kindergartner, and then I have a 2-year-old, and I'm a board member.
Nice to meet you all. I'm Doreen Coro. I worked here for 21 years, then I went to Weathersfield for 5 and just retired last year.
Congratulations.
Finally.
We won't ask you to pick favorites while it's recording, but we will after. Excellent. All right.
Okay.
Settle on the
So-
numbers?
I don't think so, but that's okay. We can
Someone will get a number.
On, we're to items for discussion, followed by motions. Sabbatical request.
It's printed in front of
Yeah,
you.
I was gonna say, everyone should have a printed copy. And Stephen's sabbatical request. And making sure I understand just the timing of it. This would be for starting next fall. And would it be the entire school year or just half the school year?
I think it's at a semester.
Semester, okay, just making sure I read that and making sure. So that would be back in January of 27.
Is this a different version than the original one that was sent? Because
think so.
I don't see it saying that she was asking for half compensation.
She was asking for half compensation.
Maybe I'm missing it. I remember reading that at some point.
Yeah, it was somewhere, but
I don't see
Maybe
it.
that was just in the email that we didn't print.
Yeah.
anything
Okay.
out. We get it for you.
I'm going back to the office.
Yep.
Thank you, Larry.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Larry.
Larry. We'll see you on the 17th.
He's gonna fix it.
Yep, don't sound so excited.
All right.
Check all that.
You dreaming numbers?
Well, I had to wait for Katie's practice day, so I'm gonna be doing.
All right.
The computer's very slow. Let's try this.
As long as I'm not making it up in some
No,
else.
she did, she
Yeah,
did,
like that.
And then it's full benefits that time, correct?
correct. So it was, yeah, it was in the email,
Yep.
so, she's requesting,
I'm requesting half pay for the semester as I am supporting myself on one
Yeah.
salary. Yep.
You said historically you can't recall.
I only remember one, in my time here, and to be honest, I don't remember if the board granted half pay or not. I mean, just things to consider, we're gonna have to hire a long-term sub for that position and pay that person, and we negotiate that, long-term sub contract, which also includes benefits for that person in that position. So there's a financial cost to it, you need to be aware of before you make your decision.
And if we granted the sabbatical without pay, I'm just saying here that regardless, that they would receive benefits still.
And her request is for one semester,
Yes.
not for a full year.
Yes.
So
So it's a
4 months, basically.
Mhm.
I mean, I love the engagement with her work and the academic pursuit. I think it's a really challenging time in the finances of public education to be able to support a paid sabbatical for a teacher. It does seem to me too that it just really sets a tricky precedent in the building.
I do love this integration of more, I don't know, like craft versus art, and there's always a melding of the two. And so I really love that drive of hers to be able to go toward the more craft of it versus art, and it feels a little more relevant probably to a lot of students, which I think is great. And she's a great teacher.
She's wonderful.
So if I'm thinking about the math correctly on this one, we're really gonna only we would pay 75% of her salary for the year, right? Because half of her, we're paying her half-time for half of a year. So it'd be 75%
of her salary.
of her salary for the whole year
In benefits.
in benefits.
Yeah.
And then someone coming in, Christine, what is benefit wise? What does half of a year of benefits look like?
Depends what plan you're on.
Okay, let's pretend it's the most expensive.
$22,000.
$20,000 for half a year.
But that's not what she has.
That's what, I mean, the district pays 80% of the premium. And then
Okay.
But that's what
20%.
should a person, because your question is a long-term sub that's hired
Yeah.
that gets
Yeah.
potentially full benefits. for half a year. It
Yeah.
could be up to 21,000
Sure.
for their
That's what I would do.
For
health
the new
insurance
person.
And
plus.
That, but that's half a
But-
year, so full
So
is
it's like one and a
40,000.
quarter person, basically.
If it's a long-term sub though, do they just get benefits for those 4 months
Yes.
as opposed to
Yes.
the whole year? So
Yeah.
it's actually, it'd be, would I be right that it'd be a third
Because
of
it's not like
the
the
annual
summer,
cost?
The summer. like
Because
that.
it's, because they're not getting for the full year like that. So
So 15,000 for benefits for the long-term sub,
Roughly,
Okay,
plus
if it's
plus
a family plan,
salary
plus salary.
and,
15 sounds like a lot though.
For a family
If it's-
plan?
well 40. I
Oh,
mean, if they pick, you have to
40,
account
okay,
for
okay.
right 45.
We're just saying that would be the highest.
yeah,
Right,
like
okay.
the highest,
Yeah.
that would be. And then,
And then the salary.
salary wise,
Usually based on experience and
yeah,
it's not.
what is normal, like, can you give
Or
us,
can you give us a range?
yeah, give us like top end,
For a beginning teacher with no experience, starting salaries 50,000.
okay, so half of that would be 25?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say 25,
But
so,
it's not a half a year though. It's
Yeah.
4 months. It's so,
It's
I-
not
I
paid
wouldn't-
through a
But
full
still,
year.
but it's a salary at 50,000, she's gonna be paid
for 3 months though,
for 3 months.
but not, or for 4 months, but not for
Yeah.
12 months, even though it's half the year. Right?
Was the semester is how I read it, correct? And
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
the semesters
Yeah.
ended.
It just depends on how you take your pay, right?
Right,
Like,
if you're
you
just,
take 22.
But I mean, if
days
we
or-
just do, say 50,000
Yeah,
for
let's pretend.
a
That's a rough,
year,
yeah.
half of that is 25. And so if we're talking, she would be gone for half the semester,
Okay.
then it would be half would just be 25 regardless. It
Yeah.
just- But it does depend like how your paychecks go, but
so,
no matter what we go.
Anna,
it's
you're,
roughly
you're adding numbers together over there,
49.
so,
Yeah, I mean, it's like gonna be like theoretically about 45,000 for the long-term
Okay.
sub, right? For
Yep.
highest expected health insurance, 45,000 divided by 3, 4 months. And
And depending on where.
Yeah.
You've got to be a certified teacher to be in a long-term sub position like that, so
Mhm.
maybe somebody that's got a lot of experience, that's,
well, so maybe, yeah,
Who
so
knows?
40
Yeah.
to maybe 30,000. So, because you said it could be beginner teacher, then would be like 15K,
Okay.
but maybe up to something higher.
Yeah.
So somewhere between 30 and 40,000
Yeah.
to replace her while
so
she's
like,
gone.
we're talking.
So
like
regardless of
50
whether or not we pay her, we're taking on, so approving a sabbatical
is a
is a 30 to $40,000
$40,000.
cost to even just,
or more. I mean, it just depends.
right, because that's only assumes health insurance, it's not other benefits, right? And then, so if we approve the sabbatical without pay, we're talking about a $30,000 to $50,000 cost to put a long-term sub in that position approximately.
And we're still paying her
And then the question is,
benefits
if you,
that time.
right,
Yes.
and then paying her would then be an additional whatever it is on top of that.
What does it say in the contract
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna ask.
for,
What,
when
when
does the
can,
contract language say?
It says,
Around.
it says.
It says they can get the benefits and they.
But like, what do you have to do to be able to even apply
You
for
have to-
sabbatical?
you have
Like,
to-
how many years?
7 years of employment.
7 years of
Yep.
employment.
And it has to benefit, it's self-improvement to benefit the school system through study or research. Can be a full year or half a year. Applications must be submitted by January 1. She did, she met the requirements of what she needed to do. And you have to grant or deny the request in writing on or before April 15th. You can grant the sabbatical leave to the teacher at 1/2 pay or no pay. And then there's some conditions of the sabbatical, which basically say the teacher will continue to receive all benefits except salary in the case of an unpaid sabbatical, to which they are entitled for the duration of the leave. The payment and provision of benefits to a teacher on sabbatical leave shall be under a loan agreement. The teacher shall submit a written statement to the board agreeing to return to the district for at least 2 years of service after the conclusion of the sabbatical leave. If the teacher does not return or does not complete the terms of the sabbatical plan presented to the board, then they must repay the cost of all benefits received while on the sabbatical. So just come back. That's about it.
I feel really disappointed that we didn't know about this as we were crafting the budget, because I think part of what's tricky, right, is that we are working towards really trying to present a leaner budget. And it makes it really hard to add things at this moment, right? Because what we're saying is that because we can't now adjust allocation, right? Like, for example, if we were to say this, let's just say hypothetically, we said, we really want to support this computer science teacher to take a sabbatical and go learn computer coding for something and bring it back to the school. And we're willing to exchange that sabbatical for that computer science teacher for, a pair in the building. We can't do that now, right? Like that would have to already be written into the budget that's been warned. Yeah, so it's really tricky because there's no way to do this right now without it being an add-on in a budgetary climate that is really.
That was one of my concerns. I love the idea of being able to
Support
grant
teachers,
this
yes.
for a teacher. But that was one of my concerns, and the other one that initially came to me was if we have had an unfilled PE position
Yep.
for a year and a half.
Yep.
And we're already cutting staff at the school, and what if we can't fill that position? These are all hypotheticals, but then our staff that's already stretched thin is left in the position to cover those classes. And how do we do that when we're trying to do so much with so little, I guess?
Is there a conditional that says like, if we can't hire a long-term sub, and we can't,
She
no,
needs to
okay.
commit to this stuff
So
for the
it's either
summer
like-
and whatnot she's doing.
She needs
That's
to
not
know,
fair to
yeah.
her.
We can't
I
give
didn't know.
we can't give like a consolation prize of like, we'll fund your summer work for you. But
I mean, what I would really love is just like to have a process at Hartland where, I mean, I realize we said by January 1, but like to look at these as we are constructing the budget, right? To think about it, but she did submit it by January 1 and
It's gotta be negotiated.
Yeah.
Like it's in the contract.
But I think, is there a note somewhere we can put, like, let's change that? Because
Yes.
it doesn't line up with the budgetary.
Let's negotiate it. with the
because
union.
we have,
Yeah.
but didn't we just vote on the budget in?
but it's their
No, but
contract.
it's their
this-
it's in the negotiated agreement of teachers, with the union.
It has to be in by January 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
But didn't we vote on our budget after January 1?
Barely.
Yeah.
The next day, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if it's submitted
I mean, that's,
New Year's Eve, we're still not gonna get it
in time.
And it was.
We really, and we're starting to discuss the budget, you know.
No, I
November.
know, but we
So, I
don't
mean, if
technically
budgets were-
finalize it
If we
until-
actually had this in our hand November 1st, 2 months earlier,
Mhm.
like
I will
that's.
put a note for negotiations.
Yeah, because next
Yeah.
year's a negotiation.
Yeah, I just think I mean, because
Yeah,
I
I
think
feel like
there's
it's a
not a person in
benefit.
this room that doesn't
Want to do this,
wholeheartedly
yeah.
support this and see the value of it, right? The drama program at our school is such an incredible asset, and
And I will say, like, Ann Steebing is the sets director.
yeah,
for
and she
the
talks about
musical.
wanting to bring these skills back, and for the kids that want to do the non-drama part of drama, right? Like, what an asset! Like, I really, really, genuinely think this is incredible, and to sort of set a precedent of continued education and continued engagement with skill and craft, like all of those things feel super important. I think it is really hard to add a line item right now, because where does it even come from?
It comes from salary, they spent the line.
Unless you don't overspend because we never hire a PA teacher, or we don't have whatever, we don't
That's
need
coming
as many
next.
subs. That would, yeah, like, we have to hire a PA teacher, but it's not, or somebody else is, like, there's so much.
Uh-huh.
Remember, we had overspendage this year of 200,
Yeah.
whatever.
We can't guarantee
So,
that next year.
And we
though.
can't
We
guarantee,
can't.
we can't, but we are normally over, right, in the past. We feel like we've been over. My feeling is that I feel like if this wasn't a school, meaning like this wouldn't be a problem. Like sabbaticals being half paid for or fully paid for, depending on what you're doing. Like it's a thing. And I feel like I personally would like to send the message that, like, if you think this sabbatical is worth it and you're going to like do all these really super cool things and bring super cool things back to the school, I think we should honor it. And I think we should honor it with half pay. Because like teachers are professionals, and to me, this is a benefit of being a professional, is getting, like a half paid sabbatical. So like I understand budgetary and all these things, but in the end, like I think that this doesn't happen very often. So why like if this was a precedent, like wouldn't this have happened? Like wouldn't we have 80 million people going?
We don't
for
recall
sabbaticals?
because
Been in by January 1.
I'm 110%. I'm in the field. I get it, and I'm just feeling really uncertain around. Yes, we have, but then I keep thinking like, is there a way within the community, or can we, get a grant to cover this in some way? So it's not like, what are our other ways to fund this that don't overburden us having like me going through writing grants, or overburden the school itself, because it's just it ends up being a budget line. Like, is there other ways around it? Because I agree with you, Heather, 100%, and I do think, since we don't know, and my longstanding, I really do not remember a sabbatical request either. I mean, but I'm getting old. But
You're not that old.
Can I ask you guys, Mr. Romeo, Mr. Schaefer, if you just have thoughts about this in terms of teacher culture,
Yeah.
like, do you feel comfortable speaking to that, or if you want to recuse yourselves, just given that?
What I would say, I'm not sure I feel comfortable this time speaking to it, but I wondered, the only thing I was thinking is, does the decision have to be made right now, or do we have time?
April 15th.
So my thought would be to maybe,
Table this.
this is new,
Yep.
and let's do a little bit more math.
And when we're in a
And
situation where our budget gets turned down, we
Correct.
can revisit it and talk about whether or not this is
Correct.
okay. Yeah. I think that's great. I am always in favor of having more time to think.
Yeah. It's new.
Okay, great.
Especially if we can come back to it after the
Yes.
budget vote.
Yes.
And
We have a
maybe,
meeting on that day?
You can make the decision at your April meeting.
and
We still have
between now
time.
and then, like,
Well, we still have a March
Still have a
meeting.
March
Yeah,
meeting,
March.
and then
yeah,
You'll restructure and you can.
can we, like, I don't know whose place this is, but like, can someone have a like, can we think about like what other funding we could use? Like, is there a way that we can, like, support this and also,
I
have
think
fun
because
it.
it's in the master agreement, you're obligated to fund it or.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Or not.
Have fund it or not.
Okay.
I know, I think,
But
I
no,
don't
there's
know if we
really
can get
three
numbers
choices.
on
You can
things
say,
too.
no, you're not taking a sabbatical. You can say, yes, you're taking it with half pay, or yes, you're taking it with no pay. So there's really three choices.
Yeah.
Yes, I was just referring to the funding. but
Yeah.
It's gonna come out of your budget. I can't
One
imagine.
Yes.
way or another.
No, I was thinking more around if we weren't gonna pay.
Yeah.
But at least we could know that we're covering our expenses other ways.
I mean, even if you just say no to pay at all, you're still paying for benefits plus a whole nother
Yes.
person, so you're still over one
Yes.
FTE essentially.
Yeah, it's a.
That's what you're saying with like a half a year, you have 50% of
45,
somebody
50.
plus 75%.
Yeah.
We're actively cutting positions, but at the same time being like, oh, but we're actually adding a quarter of a position because we're allowing all this to happen. I don't know, it doesn't sit well with me. And I get the whole thing with the professionalism and wanting to go, and it's going to be a huge benefit to our school, but we're also telling people like, hey, we're going to be cutting positions here, but like this person's okay to do a little extra. It's just, I don't know.
It's just tricky timing. Yeah. All right, let's table it.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to table it.
I second.
Last thing, new hire.
Yeah.
Sorry not to get you an answer today, man.
Yes. I would like to put forth the hiring of a PE teacher, Mason Thompson. Mason is, as you know, an assistant director at the rec center. He's also our athletic director, does some coaching. We went through the process and he was a clear choice. And so we worked with the district office and doing all of the interviews, background checks and what have you, and put forth his application. So I would like to be considered.
And so he's gonna be working on a provisional and working toward that
He's gonna be working on,
thing. Fun. I love emergencies.
so he's got some work to do, but he knows.
But he knows it.
Committed,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knew what he was
Yep.
saying. He knows what he's
The
doing.
kids are gonna be so happy
Yes.
about this. The
Yes.
kids
Everyone
love
loves
him.
it.
Yes.
So
and
is
have been
he
so sad
still
about
able
it
to
in
hold
teacher.
any position then at the rec? That makes me sad for the rec.
Think so, not after school.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not-
I mean, I can't speak for the rec, but my understanding is that his position will be here. I mean, over the summer, he's welcome to like
Yeah.
he would any other job. And I also.
And I'm sure he'll still help coach and, you know what I mean, all the things that he does.
Yeah, well,
Correct.
depending if he's working on a licensure, it's gonna
Right.
have a lot to do.
Yep, there's,
Yeah.
yeah, and I guess there, just for transparency, we also have to understand the consideration of the athletic director position and what that would then entail, because I do not see if he's working on that.
I think we need to jump on this before. we
Yes.
lose. Yeah, I mean, if
Yes.
he's,
Can I
if
ask-
he's willing and able.
Wasn't there someone that wasn't there somebody that I feel like we were talking about this and they could join us in the spring?
So there was another, yep, we did have a
Okay.
candidate, but a
Okay.
candidate had dropped out,
Oh, okay.
due to some considerations.
Got it.
Then we did have reconsiderations in regards to, but, in the end.
Okay, got it. Okay.
So
I
I
just
would
am
like
we're crazy
to-
that there was this,
I would like to go to
make a motion.
make a motion, whatever those words are, that we accept Mason as our new.
When will he
Mason's
start?
last name?
Thompson.
Okay, so we can't just call him Big Mason once he's.
Big Mason
Mr.
versus
Thompson.
Little Mason.
Yeah.
Mr. Thompson.
In our house, it's Big Mason.
That's gonna be hard. Everyone's gonna call it. He's not gonna. Yeah, he's gonna have a hard time if he wants to do that, Mr. Thompson.
Okay,
As our new PE teacher.
second.
All those in favor? I thought you could just say.
Discussion.
Yay, discussion.
Oh,
Do we have to
discussion.
really discussion?
Why don't you moderate the
I
meeting?
know.
What did you write?
I need to write a sticky note of all those things. This is my last one, so I
It
don't.
does feel weird because we discuss it ahead of time
And then you
make a
discuss
motion
it.
to
Yeah. So
discuss it.
is there further discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
When does he start? I know, when does he start?
I think he can start
Tomorrow?
relatively, yeah, I think he can start
Call
really
Mason up. Hey,
soon,
Mason,
so.
you started.
Give him the
Yep.
Yay, this is good news.
This is
Yep, this has
Well,
been on, been on the
John
radar.
weekend. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
We love
It's
Mason.
Yep.
He's my former student.
Oh, yeah.
right, yes,
that's
he lives
right.
outside.
Yep.
Oh, that's right.
And it's
Setting the
Mr.
next agenda would be March. Yep. So that's gonna be restructured.
It's gonna be March 10th, it's the second Tuesday because of the vote on
Oh,
Tuesday,
oh,
the
yeah.
reorg, so it's in your calendar correctly, but just a reminder. So it's reorg. And we'll have a student growth report by then, in March. Great. And we will discuss, we'll have a budget debrief or a budget continuation, depending on how things
Yeah,
go.
right.
And then we'll bring back sabbatical in March. We can table it again until April if we need to, but. Is that okay?
Is that it?
Okay.
What is this?
Oh, we have a.
Could I ask one more question?
Of course.
I've heard that there's, several teachers that are going to Ireland for some training, and is that money coming out of the budget as well, or is that grant funded, or?
Some of that
I know,
money
it's like
by
a hundred
contract
things.
comes out of their PD funds,
funds.
but some of it is on their own because the contract states how much travel money is allowed for a workshop. So it's 2 times the cost of the workshop. It's a pretty inexpensive workshop, so.
No special allowances, it's what
And it
they're
relates to their work, so.
obtained.
Who's going?
3
3
elementary, and they're going
staff.
during the break, so they're not missing school. I don't
Correct,
think.
correct. I think it's
Good
just
for them.
before
Yeah,
the
that's
break.
awesome.
Uh, Am I allowed to say that out loud publicly? I'm just-
What's
Well, we can adjourn and then
They are.
we can chit chat.
I would, yeah, I would say probably.
As there's
Yeah,
no
I
need
don't
for
think it needs to
executive
be
session or anything,
normalized.
we're all set.
Yep.
So I would like to.
Did that answer your question, Dawn?
I'd like to make a
Meeting.
motion to end the meeting.
That would be lovely.
I second.
We need to discuss that. one.
No.
No, all
All
in
in
favor?
favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Adios.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well,
I got you on